своя. Здесь достопримечательность в Бостоне, библиотека и свадьба. Вон они, жених и невеста. Хороший знак. Красивое здание, видно старое. Вот одна красивая церковь с этой стороны тоже тут. Видно, такой исторический центр. Башня. Солнышко у нас еще в зените. И еще одна шикарная церковь. Все заняты съемками. Мы зашли в библиотеку в середину. Очень красивое здание. Все мраморное. Холодом прямо от этого мрамора тянет картины. Вау. Красота необыкновенная. Все мрамор. Вход бесплатный, конечно, в библиотеку. Боливар, Симон Боливар. Книжки. Можно что-то найти, почитать. Старая, видно, библиотека, старая книга. Читальный зал. Все тяжелое дерево и картины вокруг под потолками и рыцари. Ну, конечно, красиво. Вот такое я люблю смотреть, разглядывать. Людей очень много, туристов куча. Люди, которые пришли почитать на экскурсию. Мои туристы. Тут офисы. Черепаха. Пол тоже мраморный, все мраморный. Тут видно, камин был когда-то. Библиотека, внутренний двор. Бросим копеечки в фонтан, как всегда. На удачу, чтобы мы сюда еще вернулись. Старое историческое здание и тут же новые. Ю-ху! Контраст шикарный. Обожаю такие места. Трамвайчик даже вот ходит здесь. Типа трамвайчик, автобус какой-то. Мои туристы уже устали, отдыхают. И вот такой вот здесь разный фонтанчик. Интересное местечко. Деревья живые, натуральные, а растут на аллейке. Вместо травы булыжник. Вы такое где-то видели? Я первый раз. Еще один такая же. На вот такой амфибии. Сделаем экскурсию по Бостону. Сначала поедем по суше, потом по воде. Интересные стеклянные переходы. Дом-книга.
Do for traffic. Earlier today they had a demonstration going on. We got right in the middle of it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. On a hot day we get to watch people walk by with signs. Yeah. But it was for a good cause. I'm not going to mention it because it's political and I don't get into politics. All right, so my name is Captain Mac. Let me get the safety out of the way, all right? It's very simple. Body parts. You like it, keep it in the vehicle. It's that simple. You don't like it, stick it out the window. If you don't like your next door neighbor, stick them out the window. Guarantee you they won't come back in the same piece, all right? But more important, moving around the dock. Now, there are a couple of vacants open, but it looks like we're all caught up anyway. So no moving around the vehicle. Once we get moving, you have to stay in your seat. The reason for that, if I stop quick, you fall, you get hurt, and no one wants that to happen. Persecution. After 5 years, the Reverend can't take him anymore. He sells him his property. He moves to Rhode Island. That is the oldest fire station in Boston, and amazing because it's a historical landmark. The building is so old that they used to keep the fire apparatus around the back. They were called horses. Now, the problem with that building, it is a historical landmark. When the fire truck was designed, it was too tall to fit in the building. They didn't know what to do. You can't change the shape of the building. So what do? Well, someone got an idea. Let's go across the river. You might hear there's a college over there with some really wicked smart people. MIT. Be aware of this. I would not what you would call very technical. I don't get it to this very day. Kids will stand in line for hours and hours and hours to get the brand new iPhone. I don't get it, and they pay $2,000. I get an Apple out of Shaw's. I get it in 5 minutes and it only cost me 99 cents. Oh, come on. That was funny. All right. No? All right. So we know that as we drive down Boylston Street, we do have some of the finer hotels in Boston, some of the best restaurants in the city. Obviously a Dunkin' Donuts. What would a street be without a Dunkin' Donuts on it somewhere? All right. But more important, ahead of us is a yellow line. Yellow cross, and now when you just did, give yourself a round of applause. Now, for all of you who never ran a marathon, go to Shaw's, get a bottle of water, walk down the line, put a bib on, splash some water on your head, stand up and down, and go, yeah. Right? Boston Public Library, the first church built in the Back Bay, historically famous for its 14 stained windows of Tiffany. But the only way you can really appreciate Tiffany glass is to visit the church. And we know the church isn't open for viewing because the front door is shut. But if you go by the church and you see the front door open, it means it's open for visiting, and you're more than welcome to come in. Usually it's Monday through Saturday from 10 to 4. We must have a wedding going on because we got limos in. They knew they couldn't build here. These houses are all historical. Now, Beacon Hill is the second most expensive neighborhood in our nation per square inch. Who's number one? Manhattan. So if you want some idea what the property value is on Beacon Hill, we'll go with one. Coming up right now, the building with the green wrap around it and the steel going up it, sold last summer, staging, went last summer for a mere $17 million. And what do you get for $17 million? I don't know, but I'll tell you what you don't get. You don't get a parking space. They don't have a driveway. You don't get a backyard. That's expensive. How about a studio apartment? That's a bedroom, a living room, and maybe a kitchenette? 1.5 mil. Is that insane or what? On this side of my deck, we have our beautiful state capitol. The center is the original building. The two wings were built in World War I. The dome is 13 pounds or 23 carat. Second oldest Capitol building in the nation. Rhode Island is number one. This is two. They were both designed and built by Bulfinch, who was a major architect in that period. Now the prop. Once the prop's engaged, he's going to blast a horn, and then we're going down into the river. All right? So that's how we do it. Everybody give a clap. 1, 2, 3. You do that again, I'm going to break your arms. And they'll usually slow down and then let us in. But I know what's going on. This is everybody's last trip of the day and everybody wants to head home. So here we go, everybody get ready. So let's pretend we're at Six Flags going down the water slide. Everybody get their hands in the air. Get them up, get them up, get them up. Come on. Boy, you have no idea how silly you all look. All right? Here we go. Welcome to the Charles River. Rolling on a river. If you want to see yourself in a mirror, look right there.
You want to look up?
More you guys look silly. When nations were formed or founded, people came and they built on rivers, lakes, and waterways. Why? No transportation. There were no roads. The easiest way to get around was to float up and down a river. That's what happened on this side of the North Atlantic. So the problem was that people had to get rid of their garbage. And what did? They threw it in the river. Because they didn't care about it, floated down, and that was the next town's problem. So, believe it or not, the water, where does it go? Florida. Because, I mean, it goes over the... We're going to suspend driving. Because earlier days, we had a lot of kayakers out there and sailboats, and we don't have to take the issue of maybe hitting one or having an incident. So, what we're going to do is start with little... Because the Puritans couldn't think of another name other than calling it Newtown. Sherman is actually Native American for living waters. After the Reverend sold the Puritans his property, the Puritans renamed it Boston after a neighborhood in England that they show what we're going to experience. So what will happen when we get on the other side of the bridge, we'll bring up you guys. All right? Where's Harvard? I'll get there in a minute. All right? So as we go under the bridge, this is called the Henry Wadsworth Longfellow Bridge. It's named after the famous poet Longfellow wrote the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. As we go under the bridge, if you look to the Cambridge side of the river, after that tall building, everything up that river is MIT. MIT is rated the #1 university in the nation if you want a bachelor's degree. If you want a bachelor's degree, you go to MIT. Now, if you want a master's, a doctor's, a PhD, or an ABC, you go up the river about 2 miles and you'll be at the campus of Harvard. So Harvard is rated the #1 university in the nation for everything other than a master's agency. So in that survey, MIT is #1 and Harvard's everybody else. If you look up the river, there are 3 buildings that look alike. That is Boston University, BU. If you want to go to BC, BU is very simple. All you have to be is a resident of New York and New Jersey. That's a Boston joke. It seems like every car over there has New York and Jersey plates on it. Now, if you look up the river, come down, you'll see the Citgo sign. There's a tall building with a flagpole, 2 light towers. That is Fenway Park, the home of my beloved Boston Red Sox. At the contract, they built us 6 ducks, and it took them 5 years to get us our 28 that we needed. So that's where they come from. So the ducks will be anywhere between, let me see, we started in 12, so 5. They'll be anywhere from 10 years old to the church of the King, the King's Church, First Anglican Church in the New World. On the Park House, 1855, oldest continuous operation hotel in the nation. Famous for the 2 young men who worked in the kitchen, Malcolm X and Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh, believe it or not, was a pastry chef. He made Boston cream pies. Malcolm X, busboy. On this side, we got the granary. Inside this burial site, you will find the 5 members of the Boston Massacre. 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence, Sam Adams, folks in my duck. It is also famous for a TV series. And that would be a Disney show, and it was called The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. This was the hotel they used in the TV series. What did they shoot? The opposite side. All they shot was the front of the building. You will not go in and find a candy shop or the step down.
А у нас вечерок, и люди вот так отдыхают. Дядя с мощной камерой что-то снимает. И здесь спят красавцы. Есть и такое в Бостоне. Очень много парочек с негро-традиционной ориентацией. И бомжей много здесь. Copley. John Singleton Copley.